what a woman may find is that she is with a man who spends a lot of time being there for his mother. And so this is likely to mean that he will neglect most of his own needs, and that he won't have much time for her either. And she may have been with this man for quite some time, but perhaps in the beginning she wasn't able to see this, or perhaps she did see it but she blocked it out and hoped that he would change. But as the weeks and months and perhaps even the years have gone by, he will have stayed the same. And if she has brought this up and has spoken to him about what is going on, he may have dismissed what she has said, or he could end up accusing her of being selfish or needy, and even say that she has got something against his mother. And so at this point it will be clear that he is not willing to acknowledge what is going on, let alone to change his behaviour. And she may have tried to get through to him on a number of occasions, and she may have also hoped that he would change if she was nicer, more loving, more patient. But even though she will have played her part, the man won't have changed. And at this point, she could come to see that this has had a negative effect on her well-being and her self-esteem, and she could feel deeply frustrated. And along with feeling deeply frustrated, she could feel unlovable, worthless, and unworthy of being with a man who is available. And if she was to embrace her anger and to allow this fuel to move her forward, she may end up cutting her ties with the man, and she could end up taking a break. Because of course, if she has been with more than one man who is like this, there is a chance that she is not simply unlucky, and that there is far more to what is going on than meets the eye. Because on one level, when it comes to her conscious mind, she will want to be with a man who is available, who is loving, who is able to truly be there for her. And she will have been doing a lot of the right things. However, even though this is what she will want, when it comes to the level of her conscious mind, there is a chance that when it comes to another part of her unconscious mind, that she wants something else. There is a chance that this part of her doesn't feel comfortable being with a man who is available, who is loving, and that she doesn't believe deep down that she is lovable or worthy of being with a man who can truly be there for her. And at this point, if the woman was to hear this, she could find this hard to believe. But if she was to reflect on her early years, she may soon find out why she has ended up with a man who is like this. And this could show that she is engaging in what is known as repetition compulsion. And so perhaps during her early years, one or both of her caregivers might not have been emotionally available, and this would have deeply wounded her. It would have caused a number of her childhood needs to go unmet. And although this would have caused her to suffer greatly, it would have ended up being associated as what was familiar and therefore what was safe. And so many, many years will have passed since that stage of her life, but the part of her that personalised what took place, that believed that the reason she wasn't loved and her needs were not met was because of her. So the child part of her will continue to look for someone else to meet her unmet childhood needs. And this will take place via transference. So she will now unconsciously project one or both of her caregivers onto the men that she ends up with. And then she will be looking for someone who can't meet her needs to meet her needs. And of course, this would have been what took place very early on, where it would have been too painful for her to accept that her parent or parents were unable to be there for her. So she would have believed that there was something wrong with her, and if she did the right thing, if she worked harder, if she behaved or whatever it was, then she would finally be loved. But the reason why her caregiver or caregivers were unable to truly be there for her was not because she was unlovable or unworthy. It was because they were simply unable to be there for her. And so in order for her to finally meet a man who is available and to no longer replay her early childhood experience, she will need to get in touch with the child part or parts of her and to grieve her unmet childhood needs. And as she works through this pain, she will no longer need to replay this early experience of being rejected and abandoned and not receiving what she needed. And so if you're a woman and you can relate to this, you can see that you are replaying your early childhood experiences and you're ready to change your life. You may need to reach out for external support so that you can gradually work through the pain of not having your childhood needs met and to gradually change your life. If you'd like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.